A conversation with my shadow, facing fears and doubts. The night was quiet, the kind of silence that hums in your ears and forces you to confront whatever you've been trying to ignore. My desk lamp cast a dim glow, illuminating the cluttered space around me, a half-empty coffee cup, a notepad with half-formed ideas scrawled in frustration, and books piled high like a fortress against my own thoughts. My shadow stretched across the wall, elongated and dark, unmoving as I paced. I stopped mid-step, staring at it. Something about the way it clung to me, unshaken by the light, felt heavier tonight. "You've been watching me for hours," I muttered under my breath. The shadow seemed to quiver, though I thought it might just be my exhaustion playing tricks on me. Then, a voice, a low, steady tone, rose from where it clung to the wall. "I've been watching you for years." I froze, my breath catching in my throat. "What?" I whispered, incredulous. "You heard me," it said, calm and certain. "I've always been here, though you rarely pay attention." My first instinct was to laugh, surely, I was dreaming. But the way its voice carried in the silence, so real and unwavering, rooted me in place. "Are you my shadow?" I asked, not sure if I sounded curious or afraid. "I am more than that," it replied. "I am the part of you you try to hide. I am your doubt. Your fear. The questions you avoid asking yourself." Its words hit me like a cold wind, sending shivers down my spine. "You're the reason I can't get anything done," I accused, my voice rising. "You're the voice in my head that keeps me stuck, second-guessing, hesitating, afraid to take a single step forward." The shadow didn't recoil. It remained steady, its voice calm and measured. "Yes," it said simply. "I am the voice that questions. But I am not the one who chooses whether to listen." "What's that supposed to mean?" I snapped. "Every time I try to move forward, you're there, whispering the worst-case scenario. You tell me I'll fail, that I'm not good enough, that I'll embarrass myself." The shadow tilted its head, or gave the impression that it did. "And what happens when I do?" I faltered. I hesitate." "And when you hesitate?" "I avoid making decisions," I admitted reluctantly, the word sour on my tongue. "I stay in one place." The shadow seemed to shift slightly, its form rippling as though it were amused. "Exactly. I plant seeds of caution. It is you who decides whether to let them grow into walls or bridges." I shook my head, anger bubbling up. "No, you're wrong. You don't just plant seeds. You make me feel trapped. You keep me from doing the things I want to do." Its voice softened, almost as though it pitied me. "Do I, really? Or do you hold on to me longer than you need to? Fear is a natural instinct, not a prison. Doubt is meant to make you careful, not stagnant." I sank into my chair, the fight draining out of me as its words pierced the core of my resistance. "If you're not trying to trap me, then why do you show up every time I'm about to do something important?" "Because I am the part of you that sees danger," it said. "I'm the whisper that reminds you of risks and possibilities. I am here to make you think. Without me, you'd rush forward blindly, unaware of the pitfalls." I thought about that, the truth in its words prickling at my stubborn pride. "But I don't want to be afraid," I admitted softly. "I don't want to feel this weight every time I try something new." The shadow shifted closer, its form tightening, as though becoming clearer. "Fear isn't the problem. Staying in fear is. Feeling doubt is human, but letting it define you is a choice. You need me, but you don't need to obey me." "How am I supposed to do that?" I asked, leaning forward. "How am I supposed to face you without letting you control me?" The shadow seemed to smile, though its form betrayed no clear features. "By listening, but not surrendering. When I raise doubts, ask yourself if they are valid, or if they're only echoes of old insecurities. When I show you fear, let it guide your awareness, but not your decisions. I am here to sharpen you, not stop you. I leaned back, letting the words settle over me like a heavy blanket. They were simple, but they carried a weight that felt both comforting and overwhelming. So, you're saying I shouldn't fight you? You can fight me, it replied. Or you can understand me. Either way, I'll always be here. But the more you face me, the smaller I will seem. I studied the shadow on the wall, its form now softer, less imposing. For so long, I had treated it like an enemy, a force to be battled, silenced, or ignored. But maybe it wasn't my foe after all. Maybe it was something else entirely. Why do you care? I asked suddenly. Why are you even trying to help me? Because I am you, it said simply. And I grow stronger or weaker depending on how you choose to live. Fear feeds on avoidance. Doubt thrives in silence. But courage weakens me, and understanding dims my voice. I nodded slowly, something shifting inside me. For the first time, I didn't feel consumed by the weight of my fear or doubt. Instead, I felt aware. They were there, yes, but they didn't seem as insurmountable as before. So, what now? I asked. Now, the shadow replied, you move forward. Not without me, but with me. Every step you take into the light will cast a shadow, but it will not stop you unless you let it. I stared at the wall for a long time after that. The shadow didn't speak again. It didn't need to. Its presence remained, steady and silent, a quiet reminder that fear and doubt would always be part of me. But they no longer felt like chains. Instead, they felt like something else entirely, tools, guides, and perhaps, in some strange way, friends. And for the first time in a long time, I felt ready to face whatever lay ahead, not in spite of my shadow, but alongside it.